In this presentation, I would like to take a look at the installation of the sump cover onto your Honda GC series engine. Before we begin, let's take a look at the expectations for this lab activity. All of your internal engine work must be signed off. That's your timing, your valve train, your cleaning, all of the instructor checks that you have seen in the previous presentations that involve work on the inside of the engine must be complete before you install the sump cover. If you've already installed that component, it's going to be very, very difficult to inspect those proficiencies. You're going to need the following components: a thrust washer, 2 dowel pins, RTV silicone, 2 clean surfaces, and an instructor check when you're finished. Let's go ahead and take a look at the engine. All right, first off, just like before, we are going to wipe these surfaces down with some degreaser, some solvent of your choice. Again, I'm just using carburetor cleaner for the purposes of this demonstration. Then we're going to need some assembly lube and a thrust washer. So you'll look at the thrust washer and you'll notice it's beveled on one side. We're going to put the lube on the beveled side, and then we're going to put that side facing the timing belt. So there's a dish here almost that will hold water. The next thing that we'll take care of is we're going to apply the assembly lube to this lower bearing. Just like that. We'll also put a little bit up here to keep the seal happy as we slide the sump cover on. With that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and apply the Permatex RTV. We have also made sure that we have 2 dowel pins in our possession. They don't necessarily need to be removed from the engine. You just need to make sure that you have 2 of them and that you haven't exchanged your sump cover with someone else's, which a pretty good indication of that is when you have 2 dowel pins and they're both in the same hole on your engine. In other words, 2 in the position on the left. That would definitely be bad. A little bit precarious to put this RTV on without literally reaching in front of the camera. Sorry I've done that to you guys a couple of times, but try to avoid it. Notice we're applying the RTV to the inside of the bolt holes. We're not trying to get it in the bolt holes. All right, let's do a quick inspection. Everything looks pretty good. No empty spots. We're going to install the dowel pins at this time, like such. And we will then install the sump cover, which we cleaned earlier. Everything should just drop down straight. Super easy, super nice. If there is some resistance, just go ahead and turn the crankshaft a little bit. That'll help that governor kind of mesh right in. And as you can see, everything's sealed up really nice. Now we'll install those 8 bolts. As you can see here, these are the bolts that we're going to put into the sump cover. There are 8 of them total. So as you go together, you're probably going to find that things bind up. So you may need to give it a couple of taps with a dead blow hammer just to kind of help everything seat down good and not cause a bunch of problems. Your crankshaft should always turn super easy. There we go. I like it. Now the bolts should thread in the rest of the way. There is no need to try to wipe the RTV bead off the outside of the engine. Just don't stick your shirt in it. This has been a look at how to install the sump cover onto your Honda GC Series engine.